Hello, Ultimate World, and welcome back to Santa Cruz for our first and only women's game that we are going to stream here on the Next Gen Network. Seattle Riot taking on Molly Brown from Denver Boulder. Riot starting this game on defense. Shannon O'Malley pulling.
And a shot with the disc. Jacks it right away to Sally Lambert. Goes up with a two-handed grab. Finds number 5, Leah Brooks.
Quick point from Molly Brown coming out to start the game.
3 passes, 1 goal. That's efficient offense right there.
It is.
Talking with Fury's assistant coach really, video analyst Mike Lawler. He said that their strategy against Molly Brown was to take away the deep game. Molly Brown lives and dies by the deep game. When it's clicking, it's very hard to stop. When it's not clicking, there are a lot of turns, giving a lot of opportunities for breaks. Right there, the deep game works out, and Molly Brown scores the first point of the game.
Riot's first offensive point. On the line, we see ultimate legend Gwen Ambler. She will be a vocal and physical leader for the team.
Molly Brown coming out in a zone look to start the game. Ambler gets it, scoobers over the top to Kate Kingery. Hammer back to the middle of the field. Elisa Weatherford out of Western Washington finds Hannah Kawai. Back to Kawhi. And Ambler scores the first goal for Riot. Not surprising to see her score. She's been with Riot for 4 years now.
Already we see different styles of play. Due to Molly Brown throwing the zone, Riot has to play the more short field game. A lot of passes, some hammers over the top to break open the zone. Not a lot of wind, so those throws aren't as big of a risk as they might have been earlier today. A lot of wind going on in the Bravo and Sockeye game. Later in the afternoon, it seems to be dying down.
On the line for Riot right now, we have Caitlin Cordell, Shannon McDowell, Rory Titcomb, Bailey Zahnizer, Kristen Groover, and a Creel Camp.
I believe that was Kate Gingery with a pull. Riot throws a zone look themselves.
Jana Krutzinger with the disc. Swings it to the sideline to Kelly Nybe. Brianna Hokinson. To Jana Krutzinger. To Hokinson. Hokinson rips it. To Sally Lambert, catches her second huck of the game. Already an assist and a goal for Sally Lambert. Molly Brown takes the lead, 2, Riot 1.
Talking to Coach Kat Wilson before the game, said that Sally Lambert is the one we're going to be seeing a lot in the end zone. Tall, fast, and athletic. One of the best combinations that you can have for a deep cutter. Molly Brown leading this game 2-1, still on serve. Chelsea Boyle set to pull from Molly Brown.
Ball's taken in midfield.
Good by Cryle Camp. Excuse me, that was Clemens. O'Malley with the disc, scoobers, but doesn't see Anna Pogoriler there.
Lazy throw from Shannon O'Malley.
Wow.
She must have duct tape or tar or something on her hands.
It seems like a foul is being called. Pogoriler getting up.
Molly Brown is excited. They're up 3-1. It's an upwind break.
It's a bookends point for Pogo, as they call her on Molly Brown. One of the many veterans here on the Molly Brown team. Smart poach in the zone, and then just holding the disc with all that contact. Impressive play to put Molly Brown up a break early in this game.
O-line for Riot. We have Hannah Kawai, Bailey Zonizer, Khalees Cardenas, Rory Titcomb, Alyssa Weatherford, Gwen Ambler, and Jillian Goodrew.
Carolyn Matthews set to pull for Molly Brown.
Riot, the last team to win a national championship, besides before Fury made their incredible run. Weatherford to Titcomb. Titcomb puts it to Kawhi. Big sky from Kawhi. Puts it to Jillian Goodrew. Fresh off a national championship victory with Washington. Finds a regional rival, Bailey Zonizer. Scores an offensive point. And Kawhi jumps, grabs it, throws it to Jillian Goodrew. Looks like the Molly Brown defender, a little confused on what the mark was there. She set up for a flick mark and then switched to backhand, allowing Goodrew to find Zonizer to the open side.
Zonizer wearing that knee brace after tearing her ACL last year at this tournament. I do believe it was even playing against Riot back when she was playing with the Eugene team further. Now she has switched sides. Knee brace and everything.
Playing for her hometown team, Seattle Riot. Zonizer grew up in the Seattle Youth Ultimate Community. Has played her college days at Oregon.
Yes, the Seattle Youth Program has been very successful for Riot in churning out great player after great player.
Titcomb with a massive pull. Looks like it hit the line. Jessie Witt with the disc in her hands. Riot comes out in a zone defense. Looks like they're running a 2-3-2. Ellie Burstein on the mark. Witt with it, finds Lambert. Lambert to Krutzinger. To Leah Brooks. Back to Krutzinger. Naib. Witt. Molly Brown's cutters in a horizontal stack way deep downfield.
And a drop
from Callie Ma with the D. Good pressure defense there. Titcomb picks up. Riot looking to get a break back. Finds Kwai. Kwai puts it up to Fiona McKibben. Big bid from Fiona McKibben. Puts her body on the line. Can't quite bring that one in. Looks like Lindsay Cross had a bit of a rough landing there also. Kurtzinger with it over to Hokinson, excuse me. To Witt. Cross, Kurtzinger. Kurtzinger rips it to Lambert. This is what Molly wants.
Some discussion on the field.
Looks like we're having a foul call. No foul called. Riot's disc with another chance to break.
Good job talking that one out. Sally Lambert probably had a play, but some of that incidental contact, difficult to call a foul on it.
Titcomb to Fontenette, to Kwai.
Ooh.
Kwai up the field to Cordell. Now McKibben with it in the middle to Burstein. Fontenette to McKibben. McKibben to Cordell. Some discussion as to whether she was in.
Not having a line on the front end zone. We've seen a lot of trouble with it all game, all day even. Looks like they're gonna play as if it were not in.
Back to Titcomb. Titcomb to Kawhi. Kawhi scoring her second goal of the game. Riot gets a break, ties it up at 3s.
Kelly Naib almost there to get the D. Gets to Kawhi though. Riot gets their break back, ties the game back at 3.
Back to talking about the success of Riot and the youth community in Seattle. I was talking with Loyler, the assistant coach, and he was saying that almost all of the players on Riot coach a high school team or a middle school team. They're all very involved in Seattle's youth community, really growing the sport of ultimate. Seattle's certainly been a hotbed for the last 10 years.
Seems to be a fine investment for a club team like Seattle. You put a little bit of work in, throw in a youth camp, and then 5 years later, that player who was playing in the youth camp under teachings of Gwyn Ambler, Dominique Fontanella, Shannon O'Malley. Fontanette, thank you. They are going to come up into the college scene.
Get a Callahan Award winner, Shannon O'Malley. She grew up in Seattle. She's the most veteran player, longest tenured player on Riot. Disc goes up to Lindsey Cross, played her college days at USC. Cross to Kurtzinger. Kurtzinger fakes the hammer. Foul called. Coming in on stall 1. Kurtzinger to Cross. Back to Kurtzinger. Kurtzinger to Boyle.
And Boyle finds, lo and behold, Sally Lambert in the end zone.
2 goals, 1 assist on the day.
Molly Brown starting that point with a huck. After working it patiently outside the end zone, they finally punch it in. And Sally Lambert has been having a great game. Let's see if she can keep it up for Molly Brown.
Molly Brown missing the services of Kath Radcliffe. She's out with an injury.
She's attending a wedding right now.
Attending a wedding. How about that?
What do you know?
So they will be having her play tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. Molly Brown in their 3rd year playing under the name Molly Brown. Started in 2010. Have made it to nationals both years. A team looking to put themselves into that elite level.
Chelsea Boyle with the pull for Brown. Weatherford with it in the center to Gwen Ambler. Foul called, no contest.
Kate Kingery with the disc. Dumps it off to Ambler. Still in the zone. Fontanet to Ambler.
To Cardenas to Fontanet. Riot scores. Ties it at 4s.
Dominique Fontanet. I don't think this game is long enough to talk about all the things that Dominique Fontanet has done in the ultimate community. She's won a championship with Godiva in Boston, with Fury in San Francisco.
She played on Team USA in 2005. And won the Callahan Award in 1997. Whenever she does decide to retire from the game, we're looking at a first ballot Hall of Famer.
I really wish we hadn't given all that information out yet. Now what are we going to have to talk about for the rest of the game?
You were saying that we have the whole, we don't even have enough time to talk about everything Dominic has done. You know there's more.
There's got to be more.
I've seen her play in multiple showcase games.
Of course, Riot is very pleased to have a player of that caliber.
Yeah, you have Gwen Ambler, Fontanet, KK, who's Kingery. She's got blue cleats out there. Lots of experience on this Riot team. On the line for Riot, we have Zonizer, Kawhi, Weatherford, Fontanet.
Clemens, Rory Titcomb, and down on the end, Kirsten Groover.
Jesse Witt with it in the middle. Right in a zone defense.
Ooh. Finding Cross in the seams. Leah Brooks with the disc. On the sideline. Gets it up to Krutzinger.
Krutzinger, that's right. I was saying Kurtzinger. Her name is Krutzinger.
Lindsey Cross
goes
in
two.
front.
Stall called a while ago. 3 passes ago. Zonizer and Leah Brooks debating it. We have a contested stall. Disc will be coming in stalling 8. Thrower will have 2 seconds to get rid of it.
Krutzinger with steps. Looks like she's going to get the disc.
She does.
Again. To Witt.
Cross marked by Fontanet. Finds Hokinson. Molly Brown sticking with Riot. They take the lead 5-4. There have been 2 breaks this game, one by Molly Brown, one by Riot. The game remains on serve.
The goal being caught by Brenna Hokinson. She played on Junior Worlds in 2006 with a number of the Riot players. Unfortunately, no one on Molly Brown joined her on that team. But some names like Shannon McDowell and Shannon O'Malley were on the 06 Junior Worlds team. The last Women's Junior Worlds to win gold for the United States. Junior Worlds this year, USA versus Colombia in both open and women's. Colombia getting the better of USA. USA taking the silver in women's, but in open, our young men brought home the gold.
16-11, I believe, was the score of that game.
Thank you, Jackson.
Excuse me, 14-11. Chelsea Ratcliffe with the pull. Gwen Ambler takes it down. Backhand across the field to Khalees Cardenas. To McKibben. O'Malley. O'Malley to Lawson. Lawson to McKibben. McKibben to Ambler. O'Malley with it. High release flick, pulls the string. Finds Khalees Cardenas.
What a shot just over the shoulder of her defender.
That is a Callahan winning throw right there.
Shannon O'Malley won the Callahan in 2010?
Yep.
I believe. From Washington Element. One of those youth players who has been in the Seattle program for, well, longer than I've been playing Ultimate.
She's been playing on Seattle Riot since she was 18. She went to Nathan Hale. That's where she played her juniors. Of course, she played on the 2005 Worlds team. Riot benefiting a lot from the acquisitions of some Oregon women's Ultimate players. Bailey Zonizer, Shannon McDowell, Katie Crayley. All three big players for Oregon when they won their national championship in 2010. Hokinson with it in the middle of the field. Over to Kelly Naib. To Krutzinger. Krutzinger to Hokinson. To Naib. Naib a little bit too far for Krutzinger. McDowell picks up for Riot, marked by Krutzinger. Kingery. Groover. Pick called. McDowell. Kawhi. McDowell. Throws it low to Caitlin Cordell, scores her second goal of the game. Riot gets a big break, the upwind break, a low forehand just past the diving Molly Brown defender. Riot takes the lead 6, Molly Brown 5. Big loss for Molly Brown this year. Anessa James. Unfortunately, she's out with a broken back. Broke her back while doing squats. Got to think it's going to take at least a year before she'll be playing again. Anessa won championships with Stanford in the 2000s. A very tough guard for anyone in the game. She's fast, explosive, athletic. Also a very smart cutter. Leah Brooks takes it down. Centers to Lauren Boyle. Right in that zone look. Dump to Carolyn Matthews. Matthews to Boyle. Boyle over the top to Cross. Hammer. A little too much. Now Titka moving it quickly to McDowell. Back to Titcomb. Cordell to Ambler. Cordell cuts up line. Third goal of the half for Cordell. Riot leads 7-5. That zone is suffocating on Molly Brown's offense. Trying to go over to the top. Throwing that throw into the wind. Difficult read for Lindsey Cross. She takes a stumble, a little tumble. Can't bring it down.
At 7-5, 2 quick breaks in a row. Molly Brown takes the timeout, wanting to recover before Riot can break them a third time into half. We're going to take a timeout too. We'll be back here with all the action on NGN Network. Welcome back to Santa Cruz. Molly Brown trying to figure out what to do about this zone offense as we get inside the Molly Brown huddle.
Look around to the sidelines, especially in that zone. This is the first time we've seen the 4-person cup, and we had wide open Jana over here on the sideline. We need to see that, get it to her as the priority. And then when they're running that jump shit in the middle.
Kat Wilson talking about getting it to the open people as a priority. Moving the disc quickly, not allowing that zone to set up. Not trying to force a hammer at stall 3. Seeing the wide open person on the sidelines.
Right, that hammer throw in the zone. A hammer is a great throw to break the zone open, but that was leading Lindsey Cross upfield. If you're just hitting it across the field in the open space, it's a good look. But yeah, Kat Wilson is correct to point out that there are open people on the field.
O'Malley with the pull. Over to Hokinson. Floaty disc. No Riot defenders in the area. Get a chance to set up the zone. Scuba over the top to Jesse Witt. Back to Hokinson. Up the line to Boyle. Boyle with the foul call.
Actually, that is Kelly Nybe with the disc.
Kelly Nybe. Kelly Nybe with the foul call. No contest from Ellie Burstein. Backhand to Sally Lambert. Lambert to Nybe. Dumps to Witt. Groover with a big hand block on Jesse Witt. That couldn't have felt good.
Wow, huge possession here for Riot as they have a chance to take half up 3 breaks, and Shannon O'Malley going deep. Ooh. Falls out of the hands of Callie Ma. A lot of pressure
Nora
down
Carr.
there.
That's Nora Carr.
Oh, excuse me.
Jesse Witt with it in her own end zone, marked by Groover, trying to get another hand block. Looks like we have a equipment timeout.
There was a little bump between.
Boom. That does not feel good on the hand.
There's a bump between Leah Brooks and Nora Carr upfield. Stop the play.
Cross gets it. Now Hokinson, they go deep to Lambert. Just hits Lambert in the wrist. Lambert's gonna need to take an injury sub. You can see the disc just floats down just a little bit and hits her in the wrist. O'Malley there, pressure defense.
Good D by Shannon O'Malley.
Now Tina McDowell subs in.
Oh, Tina McDowell. I was wondering when we were going to see her on the field.
Also a storied player with a long Ultimate history.
Jelly Boyden drawing the foul there. Up to Carr. Back to Boyden. Kingery in the middle of the field. And a pick call on the sideline. Carr being marked by Leah Brooks.
Little miscommunication between Kingery and O'Malley. Disc sails out of bounds. However, there was a violation before the disc was tapped in after that pick call. So the disc will be in Kingery's hands.
A violation on the field as Carr and Brooks weren't set. So the disc was never tapped in live. That is why the turnover should not count. Players setting themselves up on the field. They seem to be in position. Now the disc will get tapped in live. Kingery with the disc, being marked by Hokinson.
That time it works. Groover with it in the middle of the field to Carr. Carr with the foul call. It's quickly tapped in on 0. Now Kingery with it. Kingery to Groover. Groover up the line to O'Malley.
I'm really liking watching this matchup between Nora Carr and Leah Brooks. Brooks got a D on Carr in the end zone to save the possession, and they've been having a very physical battle since then. We'll see if that continues throughout this point or throughout the game. Rachel Bradshaw now with the disc, marked by Lindsley Cross. Kingery, one-handed snatch out of the air, and finding Shannon O'Malley up line. Riot breaks for half, 8-5. Great effort late in this half to really pull away as they'd been trading points until 5-5. And then
Riot goes on a 3-break run to take half. We will also be taking a timeout, break from the action. Join us back in a few minutes for the second half.
Welcome back to Santa Cruz, California. Labor Day tournament going on. We would like to thank our sponsors, Elemental Technology, for helping us bring this broadcast to your homes.
Not only are we showing some great ultimate, but there's some wildlife we see in the background. 4 deer, 3 squirrels. Back to the action. Weatherford with it in the middle of the field. Dumps to Gwen Ambler. Big gainer for McKibben to Weatherford. Weatherford with the low gunslinger. Cardenas to Gwen Ambler. Riot makes that one look easy. They take the lead 9-5 on Molly Brown.
That is one of the only Hucks that I've seen be successful going at waist level.
I don't think it was ever above the belt.
Still, Cardenas' defender's back was turned. Didn't see the disc coming straight through. And Riot able to score the first point out of halftime with ease as they go up by 4, 9-5.
During halftime, we were able to listen in on the huddle
but the cracks are
of Molly Brown.
A little bit in our impatience with the disc. Kind of like we talked about at that halftime. Not much has changed since then. So we need to buckle down, focus on our resets when it's time to get the disc to the resets. Upfield handlers, be super aggressive about making your cuts. It's a little tougher for the downfielders to get open. We've been making some good shots.
Cat Wilson letting his team know just got to stay a little more focused on their throws, not push it too much, play a little more conservative. We noticed during half, Molly Brown having a very somber, quiet, serious halftime, while Riot decided to have a dance party. Definitely an effective way to stay loose.
Brooks with the disc up the sideline, getting it from Krutzinger. Goes back to Krutzinger. All the way across the field, Lambert gets it to Cross, and Cross continues breaking the mark, finding Brenna Hokinson for the goal. Both teams' offenses looking very smooth coming out of halftime.
Molly Brown ending the streak of Riot scoring 5 consecutive points. They now trail by 3. Molly Brown and Riot met twice this year, Riot being victorious in each of those 2 meetings, once at
US Open.
US Open and once at ECC.
Pull coming from Carolyn Matthews. Shannon O'Malley with the disc. Cardenas. Big gainer to Fontanet. McKibben.
Marked by Christina Mickle.
H.M. Clemens trying to go around. Comes into a big hand of Megan Cousins. Kingery with the disc on the sideline. There'll be a foul on the mark. Disco count goes back to 0. O'Malley in the middle of the field. And nice inside out break to McKibben. And that time, she finds herself on the other side of the goal line. Another turnover free offensive point from Riot, bringing them to 10.
That's about the 4th time this game there's been some indecisive decisions about whether or not a player was in.
One of the difficulties that comes with not having a lined end zone line and not having an observer on the field to give a nice in or out call. Players seem to be adjusting well enough, though.
Titcomb to pull for Riot. Krutzinger. Riot has that zone on again. There's Naib. Back to Krutzinger. Big bid from Bailey Zonizer. Nearly a D. It's in Hokinson's hands. Hammer, not really to anyone there. Nearly a beautiful D from Bailey Zonizer. Zonizer to Kingery. Krutzinger D's that one, picks it up, throws the inside break to Lambert. Lambert tries to pancake and ends up spiking it. Turnover. Now McDowell right outside the end zone. McDowell to Burstein. Burstein floats a flick out there. And Callie Ma comes down with it, the two-handed grab. Just kind of floats it out there to space. Callie Ma jumps up. Goal.
Callie Ma, one of the youngest players on the Riot team. She's been missing a few games, dealing with an injury. You can see that ankle brace on her knee. She missed most of the college season.
On her knee?
Excuse me, knee brace.
Okay.
On her knee, brace on her knee. Missed most of the college season, and has been slow to come back, but she is on the field and she is making plays.
Certainly a threat as a receiver. Another player, Riot, is missing the services of Katie Crayley, earlier in the day. She wound up for a big backhand, ended up smacking her marker in the face. Popped a blood vessel, and it looks on her hand, I saw it earlier, as though a slug has been inserted into her hand. You can see it doesn't look like it feels very good. She's got it bandaged up. Kind of a silly injury. One of those freak accidents.
Injuries has been the story for both teams.
Neeb with the disc. Riot in their zone. Emily Hansen hammers over to Chelsea Boyle. Up the field to Shine. Over to Naib. Naib hammers to Good. Boyle to Shine. Possession saving grab from Pogoreiler. Around break to Tina McDowell. I'm sure those two players have a storied history, Dominique Fontanet and Tina McDowell. Amanda Good now with it. Rifles a flick all the way across the field to Emily Hansen. Finds McDowell, nearly takes her head off. Catches it for the goal.
Tina McDowell getting on the board.
What do we know about Tina McDowell?
Boy.
Topher?
Well,
we know she led the team in goals and assists at the U.S. Open.
That's true.
Been a big part of their offense.
Tina McDowell, one of the older players playing in the game right now. I will refrain from saying her age out of respect. But let's just say she's been playing Ultimate well before I've been alive. She went to college at the University of Georgia, where she was playing on the Open team.
Wow. That's rare.
Riot also has a player who was playing Open, and
Is that Dominique Fontanet?
no, Khalees Cardenas at Seattle University.
Oh, right.
Seattle University doesn't have a women's ultimate program, so she has to play on the Open side.
I'm sure she's made a few men look pretty silly out there.
Heck of an athlete.
Pull from Molly Brown. O'Malley to Khalees. Lawson drops. McDowell picks up, looking to add to her stats. To Boyle, back to McDowell. Alyssa Weatherford fouls on the mark. No contest from her. It's going to come in on 0. Lauren Boyle with it, back to McDowell. McDowell to Carolyn Matthews. Riot gets a break after an uncharacteristic drop from Riot.
Tina McDowell now with a goal and an assist in the past 2 points.
She's heating up.
McDowell was playing on the Worlds team in 1991. And when Ultimate was still in its grassroots stages, so grassroots that she was telling me before the game She was playing that World's Championships barefoot. You don't get that
Must
a
have
lot
been
anymore.
some nice grassroots.
Oh, dear.
Molly Brown looking to make a run here at Riot.
Getting a break back in the second half. I think they've been broken once in the second half by Riot.
They have been broken once.
So they're still down 3 breaks, down 3 points.
Carolyn Matthews just scored the goal. She didn't want to give the disc up. Now she's pulling.
Pull is going to land.
Inbounds, caught by Titcomb. Now Molly Brown in a zone.
Wow, Gwyn Ambler just not trying to throw through the space. She stepped through the gap in the cup and forced that disc through, drawing the foul.
Crafty veteran move. Now Titcomb with it. Titcomb to Groover. Back to Titcomb. Titcomb the around.
Wow.
Katie Reichels with the D. Lauren Boyle. Throws the backhand. Pogo Riley. Maintains possession but turns it right back. Davis picks up, finds Ambler. Ambler with the backhand to a wide open Hannah Kwai. Pick called.
It's going to be a pick call. Usually if someone's that wide open, there's got to be a good reason for it.
It's either a blown matchup or a pick. Ambler to Davis. Bradshaw. McKibben, Davis. To Ambler. Another pick call. Davis with it. Davis breaks to Kawhi. Kawhi in for the goal. Riot scores, pushes their lead back to 4.
$12-8, great deep cutter defense from Molly Brown to earn them the disc. But just some offensive miscues. Gives Riot the disc back with a short field. Stopping a great run from Molly Brown.
They had the disc with a chance to get a couple breaks back. A little bit of a forced throw. Goes along with the theme that Kat Wilson was talking about. They're just a little antsy with their throws. Just need to tighten it up just a little bit and they'd be right in it.
All right, Kat Wilson mentioned to me before the game, getting the disc from Riot, it's not the problem that Molly Brown has. It's once they get it, to keep it and really convert those crucial turnovers.
We still have the wildlife in the shot. Grazing on the nice grass here in Santa Cruz, California. Nibe, excuse me. Mrs. Hokinson. Cordell picks up for Riot. Cordell looking for the flick. Elects to dump. Stalled by Kelly Naib. Now Krutzinger with it. Back to Krutzinger. Krutzinger with the backhand to Hokanson. Gets a hand on it, but can't reel it in. Looks like she landed pretty hard on that bid.
Hokanson in great position.
Ooh.
And it just looked like late in the cut.
Definitely got the wind knocked out of her.
Yeah. A lot of fatigue late in the game. Last game of the day. I'm sure that's something in the second game would have been run down with ease.
Amanda Good subs in for the injured Hokanson. Now O'Malley with it. Finds Krailkamp. To Burstein. Burstein to Cordell. Cordell up the line to Krailkamp. Krailkamp to Kilgary. Kingery. Back to Cordell. Inside break to Krailkamp. Over to Burstein. Burstein lasers a backhand to Kingery, who bobbles it into the end zone for the break. I don't know if she would have been in if she didn't bobble it.
Probably not.
One of those fortunate bobbles.
Third attempt, but keeps her eye on it.
Riot breaks Molly. Takes the lead 13-8.
Kate Kingery with the goal. She is one of the captains here on Riot. She was also one of the captains on the women's masters team that was competing this year in Japan. I think there are a few players on the Riot team that played in Masters Worlds in Japan this year, as well as a handful on Molly Brown, Kath Radcliffe, and Poga Riley, both in Japan. Now they're competing back in the women's bracket.
Titcomb with a monster pull. Khalees beating her Riot defenders down the field by 30 yards. Now Rathcliffe with it. Excuse me, that was Chelsea Boyle. Now Tina McDowell in the center of the field. Poga Riley. To Megan Cousins. Back to Tina McDowell, marked by Cardenas. Chelsea Boyle throws the backhand. Khalees, big smile, gets a D. Just runs straight through that, D's it out of bounds. Titcomb taps it in, puts it up right away to Khalees.
Chelsea Doyle getting the D. Poaching off her defender on the sideline. You can see her coming in to the right of your screen. Great position to make the play. Doyle now with the disc, high count. Stall is called. It will probably be contested as she gets it off to Tina McDowell at the 9-10.
Disc will be coming in, stalling 8. Back to McDowell. Chelsea Boyle rips the backhand.
Bounces off the hands of Amanda Good as she lays out for it, but can't quite reel it in.
Got 2 hands on it, just couldn't seal the deal. Now Zahnizer with it in the middle of the field. Dumps to McDowell. Titcomb with it on the sidelines. To Khalees. Goodrew with it. Goodrew puts it up. And Chelsea Boyle D's the shorter Catherine Lawson. Now Chelsea Boyle walks it to the line.
Chelsea Boyle, 2 in zone Ds to keep it alive. But as fatigue wears in, she throws that straight to the right defender.
Angelica Boyden with the D, runs through. It was intended for McDowell. She flips it to Titcomb. Titcomb right back to Boyden. Riot all of a sudden knocking on the door of a victory.
We're talking about Molly Brown living and dying by the deep game. And as the day wears on, those long throws become less effective. Really put a lot of pressure on the deep cutters. If they don't have a good shot and they drop it, it's a lot of work to get the disc back. Riot, though, a very young team. Very athletic, very deep. Looking to close out this game at 14-8. Shannon O'Malley with the pull. To Krutzinger. To Brooks upfield. And Brooks looking for Lindsey Cross. And Lindsey Cross holding off the defender, Kirsten Groover. And there we see Molly Brown's deep shot working on their offensive line.
It's a good matchup, throwing to the taller Lindsey Cross. Even though she didn't catch it above the defender, she still was able to hold position and reel that one in.
Lindsey Cross, star player from USC. I think the year she started playing college ultimate was the second year of USC's women's ultimate program. And by her junior year, her, I'm sure along with some fellow players that have been around for the last 2 years of the program, led USC to nationals for the first time. A strong player that has a lot of respect around the league. Now here in the club scene. And Riot with game point possession on offense.
Carolyn Matthews to pull from Molly Brown. Sarah Davis takes it down, centers to Weatherford. Weatherford to Creel Camp. Fontenette. Fontenette pumps, centers to Weatherford. Weatherford across the field. Back to Weatherford. Creel Camp with it in the middle. Pick called. Weatherford with the disc in the middle of the field, right at midfield. Low throw from Weatherford. Creel Camp can't bring it in. Lauren Boyle picks up, swings over to Emily Hansen. A little too far for Carolyn Matthews. Dominique Fontenette picks up, centers to Weatherford. Pick called.
Riot in the red zone on game point possession. I'm sure we're going to see a very patient look from them. Weatherford with the disc. Quiet, and she breaks it all the way around
To Dominique Fontenette. Adds another game-winning goal to her resume.
97 Callahan winner, multiple championship winner, world's winner, Dominique Fontenette. But it's not just about her, the entire Riot squad really playing well today.
Capitalizing on the turnovers from Molly Brown from their deep game not converting. It's been a great day of Ultimate, Topher.
Great first day here at Labor Day. We've had a lot of fun bringing you the broadcasts. Of course, we haven't been doing it alone. It's mostly been the help of Brian Bedord,
Behind this camera right here.
Aki
Also
Odera,
the production crew behind us.
director Vin Bowie,
Replay operator Kimber Coles. Executive producer Kevin Minderhout.
and then of course there's Jackson Kelsey.
And Topher Davis.
We will be here tomorrow for Rhino and Double Wide.
Ooh, I can't wait.
And then the semifinals and finals to wrap up the Labor Day tournament. Be sure to tune in. It's going to be an exciting tournament.